Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I have stories to share with you guys about the Canadian backlash against the US. I've shared other stories before. I have more details. I have specifically details about how Donald Trump is crashing the economy because of this. And some Canadians have some very interesting reasons for abandoning their ties to the United States. Before I get into all that, though, please hit the subscribe button below this video. It is free. It's a huge help in getting the word out about the Trump regime. So here's the deal. More real estate agents are speaking out about Canadians ditching their properties in the US, and they're losing Canadian buyers who were in the market to purchase US homes. So the Wall Street Journal went and they spoke with some agents and also some Canadians. And what they found is that Canadians have lost, or they have, I should say, not lost, they have a lot of fear right now. Um, and that was basically the underlying theme, the underlying sentiment in all of these stories. So the journal went and spoke with a Canadian teacher, person named Nathalie Mancuso. She just sold her Florida condo, and Mancuso had the condo for 6 years. She was planning to keep it for longer, but she decided to sell in January of this year. And she said, quote, "The final decision was based on the political situation. We were scared of what might happen." And this is similar to what an Arizona seller had to say, a guy named Larry Liborian, I think is how you pronounce his last name. Anyway, he bought a 5-bedroom home in Phoenix back in 2011. He and his wife would spend the whole winter there, and they listed the house in March and said, quote, "We want to be here, but we've decided we are not going to be here. It's getting scary. Who knows what they'll do?" So Laborian, I'm not sure, his biggest concern is that Trump could decide to nationalize properties owned by Canadians. There was another Canadian couple. They sold their Arizona vacation property in February because their neighbors actually started making them uncomfortable. They said that their neighbors started parroting Trump talking points about Canada. So I'm talking about a couple named Clifford and Paulette Lawrick. They had owned their condo for more than 10 years. But Clifford said that neighbors who they had known for a long time started saying things to them like, "Oh, the US and Canadian border isn't where it should be." And Clifford says he considers himself to be a right leaning conservative, but he said that the rhetoric, quote, "made it difficult to hang out at the pool." Paulette Lawrick told the Wall Street Journal she found herself getting angry because she would hear her American neighbors that joking about how Canadian or Canada should become part of the US. And a Canadian named Philippe Trudeau said he decided to sell his Florida condo after he had a negative encounter at Walmart in Florida. So Trudeau was speaking French, apparently. He was in the Walmart, he's speaking French. Stranger comes up to him and tells him to, quote, "Go back home. We don't need you here." And real estate agents have confirmed Canadians are feeling unwelcome in the US. They're also very worried that Trump could decide to maybe increase property taxes on foreign owned homes, or, like the other guy said, "Oh, we're going to nationalize it and take it away from you." I mean, who knows with this madman, right? And these real estate agents are saying these Canadians are very uncomfortable with Trump's new rule, which requires foreign visitors to register with the government if they plan to stay in the US for more than 30 days. After seeing what's happening with foreign visitors being detained, being deported, I mean, yeah, who can blame them, right? So there was a Florida real estate agent that spoke with the Wall Street Journal, a woman named Catherine Spino or Spino, not sure. She said, quote, "The key word is uncertainty." I think when we look back, on history from this time, That is going to be the word of the year. 2025 will be the year of uncertainty. But anyway, Spino told the Journal that since January, she's seen twice as many Canadians listing their Florida homes as compared to what she's used to seeing in the first quarter of the year. And she said that she's also seen a steep drop in Canadian buyers. Spino was actually working with a Canadian, and he recently emailed her and said, quote, I was seriously looking to buy a condo, but now how he's treating our beloved country, Canada, I have decided to abandon the plans for now. Why would I spend my money here? And then there was an Arizona agent who echoed basically what Spino said and told the Journal that he has seen a dramatic spike in Canadians selling their properties. He said between January and March, listings in Scottsdale, Arizona jumped approximately 700, or they jumped to 700 listings, which was a 700% increase compared to the first quarter of last year. And the agent's name is Miles Zimbaluk. He also said that he had personally a 40% drop in Canadian buyers over the same period of time. And an attorney named David Altro said that he's never seen anything like this in 40 years that he's been assisting citizens. He helps Canadians and US citizens do cross-border real estate transactions and financing. And he said this is like nothing like I've ever seen before. And Altro said his law firm would typically get about 2 calls a week from Canadians who either had sold a property or they were interested in selling a US vacation home and they wanted advice. Over the past couple months, though, Altro said that it's been between 20 to 30 calls a week. So Trump is causing the US to become more and more isolated from the outside world. And this is going to affect an untold number of Americans and the economy. And keep in mind, that's what abusers do. You know, I'm reading this thinking how isolated he made us and is making us. And I thought, this is an abusive relationship. I mean, abusers isolate their victims so they have no one to help them, so that, you know, no one who can look at the situation from the outside and point out how bad things have gotten, because, you know, we're all like the frog slowly being boiled. I mean, some of it we don't even realize is so horrific anymore. But someone on the outside is going, wait a minute, this is not normal. This is not how America was or is supposed to be. So, yeah, he is our abusive boyfriend. Anyway, I will let you all know when I hear more. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please like, please share, and subscribe. Please donate if you can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.